Good morning. It's day 29. Today is going to be a great day and lots of elevation gain and loss again, but this morning was actually the first crisp morning that we've had. A little chilly. What was the temperature this morning?
49.
49 degrees and a little bit windy too. So definitely our first cold-ish mornings. We'll definitely get much colder than this in the coming months, but first time we've been chilly with cold fingers waking up. But today is going to be a monumental day for us. We are going to tackle Mahoosuc Arm today, which is the steepest mountain on the Appalachian Trail, and we have to go down it instead of up it. So what's your goal for today, Mom?
My goal today, as it is every day, is no falls. So we're going to try really hard. It's interesting too, just as a reminder, doing the Appalachian Trail is like going up and down Mount Everest 16 times. So today I think we're knocking off about one of those 16 times. Well, not really, but it feels like it. Up, down, up, down, up, down.
Up, down, up, down. It is not straight. We are walking on rocks as we speak. So it is not straight. It is not flat. That's why we're doing pretty low miles today. Our goal for today is, I believe, about 8 miles, maybe just a little shy of that even. And that will get us to the campsite that is right at the beginning of Mahoosuc Notch, which we will tackle tomorrow. Mahoosuc Notch is a giant boulder field that is about a mile long, and it is known as the slowest mile on the Appalachian Trail. So 2 really big days ahead of us. Hoping no falls, no injuries.
Yeah, and one thing that's really amazing, because these are such difficult climbs, they're not really hiking, they're more like mountain climbing or bouldering.
Rock climbing.
Is that it's dry. It did rain last night. We had to hustle and get everything in our tent before it started raining. And but it already seems dry this morning. The wind is helping to dry things out. So that is a huge blessing.
Makes the rocks a little bit more grippy for that steep decline. But it's gonna be a perfect day today. We are registering. They have these hiker registration boxes, I don't know, every like 50 miles or so, but there's a little card on it, just a little trail register with just some information on it, so they can keep track of us as we go. So if our family member calls or something and they're worried about us, haven't heard from us in a couple of days, they can go back to these boxes and look for our card and kind of find out where we stopped registering for safety purposes and guess where we are. But we keep registering in all the boxes just for safety purposes. We are crossing the paved road that leads into Bethel, Maine, which is the last town on trail in Maine. It's of note because this road also is the end point for this section of trail map that we have. We have a GPS app on our phone far out, and it gives us, GPS direction, just different info along the trail. And the trail's too big, so they have to break it down into sections, into 10 sections. In this road right there, after crossing over the road, we have finished the first section of map.
Woo, new milestone, yay!
Woo! So we are now gonna switch over to the second section of map out of 10. So kind of a cool milestone for us.
Very cool.
Woo!
Found this really cute sign. Here's Greta, the taller one, and me, except their backpacks aren't as heavy as ours are.
They're too small.
Yeah, too skinny.
We got trail magic! Again, we are just so lucky and so blessed.
Yes.
Mountain Dew. I do like Mountain Dew, but it keeps happening that they have Mountain Dew. Not mad about it.
Perfect. Look at how good my stitches are because I had trail magic. Or not stitches, my incision. Very nice.
So, trail magic again. Thank you. This is from Hydro. Mom's got some Swiss rolls. Also have some.
What are those?
Nutty Buddies, Ruffles, sandwiches, all of it. So
great.
Thank you. Right before the big climb for Mahoosuc Arm and Mahoosuc Notch.
So we're gonna go wear this off now.
Woo!
So we found this great sign at the parking lot right next to Trail Magic. And one thing that caught my eye was 15 miles to New Hampshire.
Woo!
We've gone 267 miles since the start at Mount Katahdin.
Mount Katahdin is there.
We're there.
So we've gone all of that way.
We're there. And then there's only 1,888 miles left
Woo!
to Springer Mountain in Georgia.
Old Spec Trail. We're getting started up the backside of Mahoosuc Arm. Excited? It's about 1,750 feet of elevation gain over about 2 miles or so. So it's gonna be a steep up. We're getting started.
And you can see a little blue sky through this.
It's coming through.
Trees. It's coming, it's coming.
Hopefully we'll get a good view at the top.
Yeah.
We are about 1.4 miles into the climb up Mahoosuc Arm. Kicking our butts so far, but that extra fuel from Trail Magic is really helping us. I had a Nutty Buddies package, a double fudge Pop-Tart package, a Mountain Dew, a Snickers bar, another Nutty Buddy package, and then I think a second fun-sized Snicker bar just before we left. What'd you have, Mom?
Okay, well, I have my regular oatmeal, but I've added M&Ms so I can get a little more calories. I think it's so funny. We're working hard to add calories. And I had a couple of mini Snickers. Oh, I have one left in my belt. I should eat that for the rest of the time.
And then you also had a Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, fully loaded, caffeine and sugar.
So almost, sorta, kinda to the top. Keep going. Woo! Yeah! It is 0.3 miles to the top of Old Spec Mountain, which is where we're at now. But we are gonna go on the Mahoosuc Trail, on the Appalachian Trail to the right, and it is another 2.1 miles to the top of Mahoosuc Arm. But we are almost at the top of Old Spec Mountain, but we are not gonna take this side trail. We're just gonna keep going towards Mahoosuc Arm, and we'll be at the top of that mountain in a little over 2 miles. You ready?
Woohoo, let's do it!
Woo! Beautiful views between the two peaks. Oh my goodness. We are soaking up our last views that we're gonna have in Maine. Just beautiful. We are headed over to Mahoosuc Arm, which is right there, right in front of us. 2 miles to that summit over there. We are coming up here on Spec Pond. It is the pond that is between Spec Peak and then also where we are headed next to get to Mahoosuc Arm's Peak. So there is a lean-to on this pond, but it does cost money to stay at. So we are not gonna stay at the lean-to, and we're gonna go up and down Mahoosuc Arm and then stay at a campsite down there, which is free. But so pretty. Couple lily pads. Not a bad place. Walking over a beaver dam. We made it to the top of Mahoosuc Arm. Woo! That was the easy part. Now we have a mile and a half to go. That's it today, down to our campsite, but it is the steepest part on the entire trail coming up for the next mile and a half. So I'll attach a screenshot on the next slide so for you visual people you can see what we're talking about. But we have, Mom, can you be my graph? So on the x-axis or on the bottom, you'll see the distance that we have to go, x-axis. And then on the y-axis, so the vertical part of the picture, shows our elevation. And you'll see on the picture that there is the goat at the top. That is us, the little yellow goat. And then we have to go...
Greatest of all time.
it picks a goat for you.
No, we're Gary.
We're the yellow goat at the top, and we have to go all the way down to our tent site, which is the little brown teepee at the bottom. But 1,500 feet down in a mile and a half. And it might rain. It's looking questionable right now. You can see a little blue sky right in there, but that's it.
Blue sky.
So hopefully it doesn't rain.
Sky.
That will make it a lot worse, but here we go. Here's to hoping we don't fall.
Yay!
Straight rock. Nothing to step on. Are you excited?
Woohoo! It's going to be fun. We're just going to get on our butts and go shwoo!
That'd be easy. Do you have a sled?
Get my pants dirty.
Yeah, but do you have a sled to sit on?
No, I have my pack.
Good idea. Woo! Nice work. Made it to our campsite for the night.
So nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. So look at all those flat plots back there.
But it's
We were gonna
empty.
snag that one right there. But it took us 2 hours and 9 minutes to go down Mahoosuc Arm.
Which is great. We did
We're really
well.
happy.
No falls. Woohoo!
Well, I don't know. It depends on your definition of a fall.
We have defined a fall.
My definition of a fall is either your butt hits the ground or both of your hands hit the ground.
Which did not happen.
Both of her hands hit the ground a
But
couple of times.
not my butt.
So she doesn't count those at the fall.
No.
I do. So
No.
let us know what you think is a fall to settle this dispute. But we're at camp tonight. We did about 9 miles today, and we are 0.2 miles from the start of Mahoosuc Notch, which is
so fun.
It's going to take the longest amount of time to do that mile than any other mile on the AT. So we have that first thing in the morning.
Yeah,
So
it's gonna be great.
stay tuned. It is truly an adult outdoor jungle gym. So stay tuned for that
fun.
tomorrow.
Hey, I also wanted to give an update on the donations, which is the reason why we're doing the Appalachian Trail. We, as of today, which is August 12th, we have $20,443. We're just blown away by
Thank you.
your support and generosity and kind comments. And if you haven't heard the story, we are doing this because my husband, her daddy, was diagnosed in 2010
with Parkinson's disease.
Yes, so he's involved in all our videos. He does the joke of the day. He's taking care of our puppy Eve and doing great. So we just want to thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
And if you haven't donated, the link for the donation page is in the description.
Yeah, it's right there below. So click that link if you'd like to give or support us. But otherwise, just thank you so much for all of your support so far. We are just blown away with your kindness and generosity. So stay tuned for tomorrow to see how we do. And then also till the end of the video to see Dad's joke of the day.
Yeah.
All right.
See ya. Good
night.
night. Good morning. It's day 30.
Woo! In the threes.
So it's a little bit breezy, a little bit cool. We both still have our down jackets on. We'll take those off before we start hiking. It's only a short distance to Mahoosuc Notch.
0.2 miles and we'll hit the start.
And that is the hardest mile on the Appalachian Trail. We heard someone yesterday, it took her 4 hours to get through that mile. So another party said 2 hours. So we'll see. We'll time it and we'll let you know in the next segment.
Made it to the start of Mahoosuc Notch.
Woohoo!
My watch says 7:32. So let's see how long it takes us. Let's go.
Woohoo! Go.
Boulders on boulders on boulders. Bring it on.
Your shoulder.
I'm not.
I have no grip on the right. Okay. Stop. I know, don't pull, don't pull, don't pull. I have nothing to hold on to.
I'm just waiting. Woo! Made it! Super small hole.
Where'd you go? Oh, there's a banner.
Did you go head first?
Once I got down, then yes, through the hole I went head first. Can we see her? Can we? Oh, there's a hand. There's another. Oh, there's a wrist. Another hand. There's a head.
My butt.
Your butt too big to get through?
Woo!
Don't bump your head.
Woo!
Yay! Yay, we did it!
We made it out of the notch. It is 11 o'clock on the dot. So it took us 3 hours and 28 minutes to go 1 mile.
Yeah. It's crazy. It was fun.
It was really fun.
It was like an adult jungle gym.
For
really.
sure. It was super fun. Up and over, around, left, right, through tunnels. It was really fun, but we're exhausted now.
Yeah. Time for snack.
Yes, snack break, but we did it! We just stopped for lunch at the top of Foaling Mill Mountain.
Whatever that means.
The first summit after Mahoosuc Notch. About a mile climb, so.
I thought it was harder than the notch.
It's because you're tired from the notch and they make you climb right away. But stop for lunch now. Beautiful, beautiful views. But then after this one, we have 3 more summits to go.
Woohoo!
And then down to our lean-to for the night. So we still have another 5 miles to go today. So super tough day today, but it's gonna feel real good to lay down and rest in the tent. But how you feeling?
Tired. We need to make sure we get some, be really great if we could get some water before we get to the lean-to or before we go to bed, because the next stop for water after that is a bog.
Yeah, so probably have a bit of a water carry today. We'll add a little bit more weight, but that's okay. We are less than like 6 or 7 miles from New Hampshire. We can see it. It is over there.
Oh.
So we're almost there. Bit of a doozy still to come in ahead of us, but we're still trucking. Made it to Goose Eye North Peak. Second peak of the day. Next we are gonna head over there to Goose Eye East and West Peak. And then head down that side, but just beautiful views up here. 2 more peaks to go after this.
Yay!
And then we can go to bed because we're so tired. Made it to the top of Goose Eye East Peak. Mom, tell us a little bit about what happened to your pole.
Well, it's okay. It was kind of slippery. Had some stairs going up, slipped, and my pole couldn't hold my weight.
A little bit of a boo-boo on her forearm there too. It's so not bad though. It looks worse than it is, but we're good.
Hey, onward!
Next up, West Peak. Made it to Goose Eye West Peak. So now we're gonna head down to our campsite shelter for the night, which is this one, Carlo Call Campsite. So still another 2.1 miles, and it is down there somewhere. Ready?
Let's go! Made it to the Carlo Call shelter. It's kind of cool. It's a double-decker. Supposed to sleep 12, so that's kind of fun. And we did a 7.4 mile day. It was really tough. So started out with Mahoosuc Notch. That was bouldering for 3.5 hours. A lot of upper body strength to lift it through the cracks, but we did it. We're here.
Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go for a 10.1 mile day to get us closer to town, to Gorham, New Hampshire. But
Ooh, New Hampshire.
tonight is our last night in Maine.
Kind of sad.
Yeah, kind of sad, but kind of a good thing too. We're moving on, we're making progress. But
Yeah.
thank you, Maine, for everything and a great start and a wonderful first 30 days. But
Mainers are great.
yeah, we will pass the border, the Maine to New Hampshire border, in the morning within the first mile and a half. So we're
great.
so excited for that. But
State number 2.
yeah, we're super tired, so we're gonna head to bed early. It's only about 7:45, but we're exhausted.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs, but it was beautiful. Rain held off, cool day. It was gorgeous.
All right, good night. We'll see you in the morning.
Hi, Ron here. I'm really excited today. Susan, my wife, and my daughter Greta are about finished with Maine, and they're going to go into the next state. It's a big psychological advantage for them to hit that first state. They've got a lot of mileage to go, but they're well on their way. They're feeling good, and they're in the groove, so I'm just so proud of them. Now that brings me to my joke for the day. What do you get when you cross a Cocker Spaniel, a Poodle, and a Rooster? A Cocker Poodle-Roo. So with that, I want to wish Susan and Greta a great day tomorrow, and hopefully they continue to accomplish what they've been doing daily, and keep going. And I wish all of you the best too. Again, we always ask for your support, and via text or emails or Facebook or whatever medium you have, and also additional support from funding for them. That motivates them and gets them going and keeps them going. So thank you for everything and all your support so far, and have a great evening. Bye.